Devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand, got my hand. Call
I'm almost too mad to do the show at this point. In fact, I just need to walk out of here. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. I see somebody in the chat tonight. Actually, I see a Fat Rooster in the chat. And, you know, once you say the name Fat Rooster a few times, it finally just clicks in your head. It's like, oh, ew. But Fat Rooster, brother, great to see you. I am rocking the one and only Fat Rooster shirt tonight, which I've shared this before that I will work for XXL firearm industry t-shirts. I just want to throw that out there. It's actually pretty crazy that like the amount of gun related t-shirts that I have is like insane. Absolutely insane, but I love it. And you know, it's anyway, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So I just want to say thank you all for tuning in, coming in and hanging out. It's Dark with DLD After Dark. We do a live show every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. We actually have I mentioned this a few times, we actually have kind of a new exciting schedule. So every Tuesday and Thursday, usually around 10:30. I got held up tonight. I actually had an issue with YouTube and StreamYard talking to each other, and also my dog is pooping in the house. I don't know. He ate something. You know, dogs, they get to something, you know, eat something off the ground, and then, you know, all of a sudden it's a liquid diet of the poo variety. Anyway, sorry. I know all y'all wanted to know that. Anyway, let's jump into it. We do have some exciting stuff going on. First off, every Tuesday and Thursday, the goal is to do a live show starting around 10:30 Eastern, and that would be on YouTube. And then every Saturday at 10:30 Eastern will be on Rumble. Okay, the green place, just so y'all know. And it's going to be so it's DLD After Dark every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube. And then at the green place on Bumble with an R is going to be Saturdays at 10:30. Now, the show that we're doing Saturdays at 10:30 is it's us, right? It's the same, it's the homies that right? It's myself, Black Diamond Josh, and a guest. Usually we'll have a guest. And it's going to be exclusively on Rumble. And it's called After Hours Armory, which is dope because it's kind of like, a mix of, the two of it. Anyway, y'all get it. So it's going to be firearm related stuff, firearm industry stuff, gear, prep stuff. I mean, just all the things you guys know, the stuff that you've come to know and love about, the show. Thank you to whoever is mashing the stuff on the hearts and the all the stuff on the mobile little heart thing that you click. Thank you. Yo, frag out, bro. My bad. I'm terrible with email. I'm actually terrible with most forms of communication. I just saw the thing that got canceled out. Yo, I totally forgot to cover that. That's my bad. I suck at things. But I got you. I'll get back to you, dude. I felt terrible when I finally saw that. Sorry for being a dirtbag. Sometimes it's, I do dirtbag stuff, but it's all on accident. Just so y'all know, I would never intentionally do something to hurt anyone. I love all y'all. So okay. So every Saturday, 10:30 is going to be on Rumble. It'll be with Big Josh from Black Diamond Guns and Gear and myself. This past Saturday was with your boy T and Tactical, which if you guys don't subscribe to T and Tactical, you need to because he's got some dope stuff coming out. He's actually got for real. Yo, actually, so we gotta talk about that tonight. Not that specifically, but look, I told y'all like things are tight, just trying to be as careful as possible. And I'll be real, I just straight up have been putting an intense amount of prayer into making sure that I can tighten things up financially and make sure that I'm covered and taken care of, be able to take care of my family, provide for them. And these like little things keep happening, these little blessings keep popping up, and it's crazy to literally see prayers made, prayers answered, like boom, 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 boom. And it's stuff that a lot of people would just be like, oh, heck yeah, it's a come up. But man, it's crazy. And it's been a handful of things that a lot of it is blessings by having an incredible community like you guys, dude, man. And I don't deserve it. It's, but I'm super grateful for y'all, for real. But sorry, let's go ahead and get into it. I feel compelled to share certain things like that when they happen, because any testimony where we could, praise Christ's name is something we should share every single time. But so there's a lot going on in the world today. Okay, there is not only stuff going on domestically that we'd already had some conversations about on the last stream or two, but from a global political, standpoint, globally, things are like melting, bro. So we're going to talk about that. Obviously, there have been the streams and conversations we've had recently about the conflict between Ukraine and Russia, and some of the craziness going on over there, and then how that could potentially implicate the United States, which could put us in a very, very compromised situation. But then also the issues with Iran and Israel, and the issues with, there's still stuff going on at the China-India border. And then, of course, I'm sure you guys saw that because of the threats, threat level, and the threats made against the embassies in particular places in the world, in the Middle East, they pulled all non-essential personnel and family members and all that and evacuated them. So, and then, of course, domestically, like we talked about, we got stuff going on in LA. We covered like all the all over the country where all of these crazy riots are supposed to happen. So we're going to jump into some of those conversations too. And threat level midnight, bro. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, no matter what, look, no matter what is going on in the country and the world, it is so important to always focus on preparedness. No matter what, you'll never, if the lights turned off, boom, right now, DLD and Red Dawn and the turkeys and Flying Rich and Crump and like all the people that we have like this super dope community, it will literally mean nothing. The things that are going to matter is what have you done specifically, intentionally, directly to impact you and your family, and what plans do you have? And if you don't have plans, and there's a couple things we're going to talk about tonight in regards to that. Man, like, do you have comms set up? Do you have a comms schedule? Do you have a restrictive comms communication key to give to someone that's like on the level of like the intelligence of a fourth grader that would be able to know what people are saying? Do you have a pace plan for comms? Do you have there's a bunch of stuff that, like, man, if everything just literally turned off, what would you do? Like, first off, I don't matter at all, right? This is just a show. We talk about stuff. A lot of times we just talk about kind of senseless and useless stuff like guns and gear and things like that. Because look, we're all a bunch of consumeristic, materialistic dirtbags every now and then, right? But I especially don't matter even more when it comes time to get it popping and you need to prepare for your family and yourself. So we'll talk about some of that stuff, but before we do, let's go ahead and jump into. So I guess I should clear this up. I did name this show Bombs Over Baghdad, Stankonia. I'm hoping that most of you know that Bombs Over Baghdad is a song that was written and performed, I guess it was written by them, by Outkast, and it was on the album Stankonia. So no, I am not saying that there are literal bombs over Baghdad currently. But with everything going on, who knows how far that is from the truth. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So 44 of you guys are here already. We're just getting started. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all so much, man. And the fact that you guys still love me, even though I have a man bun, is incredible. So thank you. So let's go ahead and jump into it, which I guess I should crank this down a little bit. Look at that. Now I'm losing weight. You can actually see like definition in like my shoulders and chest. What? I'm not used to that, man. That's crazy. Sorry. Anyway, that's so vain. I didn't mean it like that, bro. I'm just, honestly, I've been putting a lot of work into that. It's like, yo, what are you eating? Oh, chicken and vegetables and brown rice again. And then chicken and vegetables and brown rice again. And then chicken and vegetables and brown. Oh, no. No. Oh. Look, it's Pride Month, and I would like all of you to notice all the companies that are not doing anything focused on pride. It's like, have they finally learned their lesson? I certainly hope so. I would say pride for the original purpose of the rainbow, which is God's promise to never flood the earth again. But of course, the devil, the evil one, cannot create. It can only take what's been created by God and twist it, convert it, pervert it, and all that. So y'all know. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into it. So my apologies. So getting back into it, what's up, y'all? It's Dark with DLD After Dark. So we do a live show every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday around 10:30 Eastern. Sometimes I start late. I'm only human. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are going to be on YouTube. Saturdays are going to be on Rumble and at the Green Place is what we call it. So the algorithm doesn't hate us any more than it already does. And on the Saturdays, it's going to be myself, Big Josh with Black Diamond Guns and Gear, Fat Tech Josh, and it's called the After Hours Armory. So make sure you check that out. It's actually getting kind of crazy, like, dude, like 50,000, 75,000, even sometimes 100,000 views, bro. It's kind of crazy. So it's been awesome. So grateful that you guys can be here. So almost all of the support on this channel, is directly from channel membership. Okay. And I got no problem showing you guys. Look, for anyone that's like, you're just doing this to make money. Whoa, look at that. So I am currently at 5,170 subscribers and I'm up 44 subs. And look at that. We are taking the world over with a monthly estimated revenue of $142. So I'm just trying to have total transparency with y'all. Oh, and look at this. That one isn't monetized. That one got demonetized. That one's not monetized. And sloppy seconds. Oh, that's a good one. Yo, and shout out. Oh, nice. That's weird. Why would that's like that video's from like 3 years ago, bro. Get it together. Sorry. Anyway, getting back to it. So this stream also is not monetized. But you know what? Usually I say like, hey, the sponsors for my channel, I don't go out to get sponsors and things like that. The sponsors for my channel are my companies, DLD Hardware and Definition Knives. We did just launch a knife today, which I have here, and I'm going to show you guys. It's super exciting. It's your boy. Well, I'll announce who it is and all that. But all of y'all know who the knife was named after. If you didn't see it, it is indeed on my Instagram, DLD After Dark on Instagram. So I'll get to show that off. And a bunch of you guys have already jumped up and purchased them. It's one run. We're only doing one run of these. And even though the knives are, they're very sleek. They're not like super small, but they're thin. They're little skinny stabbies, D2 tool steel. But the carbon fiber and then the satin steel with the frame lock, they're actually pretty expensive for what they are compared to the typical, not on your side, not on the consumer side, on the manufacturing side. For us, they're more expensive. But we wanted to keep the cost down. They're like $10 more than we were originally planning on it, but they're still $59. So they're on the lowest side of any knife that we've ever sold, literally ever. So we'll go over that tonight too. But usually I say that, you know, the stream is brought to you by DLD Hardware. If you build guns and blah, 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 go check it out. Jigs, parts, tools, and all that. Also some new products that we're adding, which is fire. But also Definition Knives. We started our own knife company, and it's been a blast. You guys have been incredible. I guess I moved a bunch of my knives, but here's an example of some of our knives right here. This one, it says is the Co-Pilot. Yes, it is indeed the Co-Pilot. And bro, I gotta say, the Co-Pilot is one of the most popular knives that we got. Man, just something about the carbon fiber and the blue hardware and all that has just been super dope. This is D2 tool steel, little bayonet swedge and all that. Anyway, sorry, I'm defeating from the thing that I was saying anyway. But usually I'm like, hey, like, you know, since I don't have like sponsors intentionally, you know, usually I say DLD Hardware, Definition Knives, those are the sponsors. But today I didn't monetize the stream, which really it's not really about money anyway. It's about reach, right? And then reaching more people to bring them to, you know, my two companies that provide for me and my family. But today, your boy Drew and Kurt24, both of you guys sent, and I'll tell the story later. Out of nowhere, so both Kurt and Drew bought knives today, and then Drew literally just sent me $100 on Cash App, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" Like literally what I was praying for, brother. Thank you so much. And also, Kurt, I'll actually tell if Kurt, if you're cool with it, I'll literally tell the story later because that was kind of crazy. So I'm grateful for every single one of y'all, man. It's a big deal. Anyway, let's jump into it. So because channel members are like the number one, nearly 90% of the support on the channel, we'd like to take the next few minutes to greet every single channel member that are in here. So channel members, do me a favor, sound off in chat. We'll go through and welcome all of you guys and say what's up. We'll also welcome the first person in chat because I got to be honest, it's hard to be the first person in chat when I start a stream because a bunch of people jump in and just wait, which is awesome, and I love it. And then also as we greet and welcome all of our channel members, we'll go ahead and get into the topic at hand for all parties involved. And then what was the other thing I was going to say? There's one other thing I was going to say. Chana member, yes, sir. So I do have the other. Yes, we are, Mr. Beer. Yes, we are. See, remember they can only be one rooster in the hen house. Facts. Well, it seems there's a few roosters. Seems like there's foxes in the hen house. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get into it. If you are watching this right now and you are live, take a second to say what's up. Greet all the awesome people over here. If you're watching this on Rumble, then greet all those great people below, or on Rumble. On mobile, goodness gracious, my apologies. If you're watching this on mobile, then that live chat will be below. Make sure you say what's up, chime in, because we really do have a great community here, really good dudes. And yeah, I appreciate all y'all being here. Of course, if you're watching this the next day or the next day or the next day on replay, do me a favor, drop a comment. It makes a huge impact on the algorithm, and it tells YouTube that, hey, I like this content, or it drives engagement. Even if you're like, I hate you, and you take 35 minutes to even start talking about the topic that you list as the topic of your show, and it disgusts me. That's awesome. Please put that in the comments. But it tells YouTube that you at least want to engage with the content. If you're looking for a show to give you very specific data, evidential information in very small, short sound bites, and to be very concise and direct, this is likely not the show for you. If you're looking for dudes that are basically gun guys to give their interpretation of the craziness going on in the world, then you're in the right place. So welcome. You probably carry a Glock because you're intelligent. I'm just saying those two things typically tend to coincide. Anyway, if you're watching this the next day on replay, drop a comment. Do the old recapitulation syndication. Someone said sloppy seconds. That was a good one. And then also, what else? Recapitulation, syndication, replay mafia, sloppy seconds. I do like that one. That's funny. Refried beans, reheating the leftovers, all the crazy stuff that you guys say. Drop that in the comments. It really does actually help a lot for the algorithm. And just so y'all know, hey, bro, thank you, man. I think is that G23Z that just copped a knife? Dang, bro. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. And obviously, anyone that gets a knife, I do throw in the DK keychains and sticker pack and all that stuff. So whatever I got, I'll throw it in there. They'll all actually be sent out likely tomorrow because I'm finally getting caught up on orders. I had a big issue with more than a dozen packages that it seems like USPS lost. So I'm working on that. That's a huge pain. Anyway, all right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So first in chat tonight was your boy Dangle Matt. Brother, great to see you. Thank you for being first in chat, coming in here. You got to be quick like that to beat Dangle Matt. Brother, one crisp high five. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. And then the first channel member in chat, we got Senor Bub. Great to see you, brother, Senor Bub. Also a channel member. Appreciate you, man. Long time channel member. Appreciate you. We also got Fat Rooster, which I'm rocking that Fat Rooster shirt right here, which I don't know how many he's got, or even if he's like selling them or anything, or if he just happened to send me that one. I don't think I have my sack here with me. Yeah, I don't have my EDC sack. So I got this little EDC sack, and one of the things that I carry in there, it's like one of those folding credit card size multi-tools that has like 25 tools on it with Fat Rooster's stuff lasered on it. It's super dope. That was another thing he sent to me. But dude, having like 20 plus tools on a little folding credit card size thing is the most like helpful thing to have in my backpack. Oh, bro, hold up. Let me go back here. Dang, I'm crazy far behind in chat. Yo, that's crazy. Dang. Flying Rich with the super chat. Thank you so much, brother. $2 super chat. He says top knot or balloon knot again. I think we can call this the balloon knot. I don't know. What do you think? You know what I should do? I should like spray it with like hairspray and then take the hair thing off to where it just like stays up there by itself. Or maybe I could use like some fishing line or something like that. Bro, honestly, at this point, it's just the easiest way to rock it. And I know it's kind of become like a joke, right? But the funny thing is like one of the viewers, which if you're out there, you know who you are, love you, brother. He hit me up and he was like, "Yo, I know it's kind of like a joke, but regardless of what people say, rock it, bro. You got it. Rock it. Like that's all you, right? Like it's I don't want to cut it, right? Y'all remember when my beard was like out to here, dude? It's crazy. Good for you, Garen Wilson. Good for you. I think I'm at like 39 right now, which is ridiculous. And I am liquidating. I'm selling a bunch of stuff. Bro, I'm gonna sell the Serbu Super Shorty because they're going for like 3 grand. So it's would be best to capitalize on it. And it would probably be best to sell it to people that I don't know, because then, you know, I need to grab as much money as I can off these, right? People are buying them for 2 to 3 grand right now, which is insane. My 5.56 AK SBR, probably gonna sell that thing for like 2 stacks or more. Honestly, probably more because there's a lot more work into it. The SIG SBR, that's crazy expensive, and if I can do that, that'll be a huge help. But honestly, I could sell 20 Glocks, you know, and it wouldn't, you know, parts probably. I likely wouldn't sell the frames. I don't know, maybe some of them. Either way, but the thing that kills me for real. All right, look, I know. We're getting into the topic in a minute, y'all. My bad. The thing that kills me for real is in my closet over there, dude. I got like cases of polymer 80 frames, jigs, all that, rails, the drill bits, like the whole old school 80%, all that. And I can't currently sell them. It wouldn't be lawful for me to sell them on my website because on DLD hardware I sell jigs, and I don't know. It's just crazy to me because it's like, I mean, they're probably going to just be like collector's items at this point. And that V1 I got from my boy, yo, the V1, crazy. I would never build on it, right? I also have an 80% GST9. A couple of the lone wolves, but those aren't. That's a whole nother topic. I'm not going to use those or build those. I do have a couple of the lone wolves that have been awesome. Title is incorrect. Yeah, Rich, it's a song. I already covered that. But thank you. I appreciate that. That was one of the first things I hit. So it's a song performed by Rich. You won't get it. Bombs Over Baghdad is a song by Outkast. It was on the album Stankonia. And yeah, anyway, of course, I know that Baghdad is a dip. Anyway, yeah. Welcome to the show, Rich. But thank you for the super duper chat. Let me go back here and we'll go ahead and get started. I know I'm like 2 light years behind everything, but Senor Bob, Fat Rooster, brother, great to see both you guys. Also, both channel members, and I appreciate you, brother. Senor Bob, Mr. Mike McClune, the Goon, brother, great to see you. Also, a channel member, great to see you, brother, and a moderator as well. So, Blue Curtain Burner, brother, great to see you. Also, a channel member, appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Zanti Misfit, also a channel member. We got Not My Name in the building, also a channel member. Oh, Lightning McQueen, brother, great to see you. Another channel member. Tex, brother, great to see you as well. Another channel member. Yo, all the channel members for real. Like, I'm not joking when I say like nearly 90% of the support comes from channel members. So you guys just sticking it out and, you know, just showing the love like that, it means a lot for real. Lightning McQueen, Mike McClune, the Goon, more Beta Prince, brother, great to see you. Also a channel member. Goat intro, heck yeah. I actually am working on another intro. I'll actually touch on that tonight because there's like the idea of like, you know, think of like, okay, if you guys have seen like Red Dawn's intro, right? Like all the crazy stuff going on with like, riots and like news and media reporting on it, and all sorts of like just like massive like craziness going on. Touching on like the digital technological realm and AI and all that, and just making some like kind of like crazy eerie intro. And there were a handful of quotes. um Two of the quotes I think I have right in front of me. Okay. One of them is from Constantine. It's the chick saying, "I don't believe in the devil," and Keanu Reeves is like, "Well, you should. He believes in you." It's like, chilling the way he says it. The other one, funny enough, is actually from Eagle Eye. Okay. It says, "Sometimes the very measures we put in place to safeguard our liberties become threats to liberty itself." And like riots, burning the streets, political division, different cities, Los Angeles, Chicago, Washington, D.C., oh, bro. And one of the ones that I saved was today, a man was shot and killed during a political protest. Uh, uh, Whatever it was, for like wearing a Trump t-shirt. Or it's like, dang, like, dude, these things are real, right? Like, y'all remember, dude was murdered. Like, if y'all remember the video, the guy was walking around with a gun, and one guy is like, "You see him?" And then he's like yelling to me, he's like, "Where is he?" It's like, "I got one over here." And then you hear bang, and then he gets up closer to him, bang bang. It's like, yo, like this is people's new religion, dude. Religion, the source of wars for centuries, right? Like the thing that just oh, nice, thank you to whoever just placed an order for a knife on definitionknives.com. Thank you, brother. um I couldn't see, it went too fast, I couldn't see who it was, but thank you, I appreciate you. um the new one, the Lumen, is super fire, you'll love it. What was it? Oh, like this is when people become like so extreme, right? There's only so many things you can do. uh People act out, man. And since from a political standpoint, this identity politics is, a lot of people don't understand, when you hear identity politics, it is who they are, it is everything they believe them, it is at their core, it is what they believe. And one day, none of this will be important to them, right? Like, it's more likely that you're going to know someone's political identity before you know their religious beliefs. Like, the thing that they cling on to for, potentially, depending on what they believe in, literally everlasting life, right? For eternal life, they're more likely to share their political views or values with you first, right? Like, that's how crazy this world has gotten. And everything in the world is being corrupted by evil. Everything in this world is being twisted and converted and perverted, and it's insane. So yeah, so crazy. Crazy world we're living in. But let's keep it going. We'll welcome all of our people, and we'll keep it moving. So, all the channel members, thank you so much for your support, man. It's, y'all have no idea how much this means, especially right now. ADXR 920, brother, great to see you, man. Not to be weird, but like every time I handle my XR 920, I always think of your username. Well, I mean, it's XR 920, so that makes much more sense right now. I don't know if you saw my response, but I just shot it over before starting. Stifler Manufacturing, brother, great to see you. Also a channel member who also has a business in the freedom, liberty, and independence realm, and he makes Glock slides. And for some of his products, if you use code DARK, you actually save some money as well. Not only if you just go to your favorite search engine and search Stifler Manufacturing Glock slides, Glock, whatever, and you'll find it. Really good stuff. Lightning McQueen, Johnny Barr, brother, great to see you. Also a channel member. Appreciate you, brother. Let's see. Lightning McQueen, Stifler Manufacturing, Fat Rooster, Lightning McQueen, Fat Rooster. Let's see. Lightning McQueen Ski, Mike McClune the Goon. I'm just getting caught up here. Lightning McQueen, ADX 920. Dang. Live life, brother. Great to see you, man. Also a Chenamemba. A lot of you guys, long time Chenamemba. Frag out, I'd love an update too, just to kind of know where you're at right now, man. Hope you're doing well. I know you're doing a lot restructuring your business, man. Bro, that's so much work. So hope you're doing well. And if there's anything else, like anything I could do, holla at your boy. We all kind of need to be there for each other during crazy times. Senor Bub, Mike McClune, the Goon. Senor Bub, Mike McClune. My bad. I'm getting caught up. Drewski, lifetime Chenamemba. Also, this is what I was gonna say. Because Drewski sent over the Cash App, Drew and Kurt24, who also did a similar thing, they both are the sponsors for tonight's show. So I appreciate you, man, for real. That means a lot, doggy. You never know, like the little kind acts that you do for somebody, you never know the type of DLD after gains. That's too funny. You never know the type of impact you're going to have on somebody. So like all the stuff that I say at the end of every show, like when I close out the way that I do, man, it's like I don't just say that because it sounds good. I say that because I mean it. And if we can share things like that with each other and all get better, grow and develop and contribute to others, we could literally make the world a better place. Our little group of 5,200 people, right? Hey, I'll start there, bro. Happily. Gort, great to see you, man. Appreciate you coming and hanging out. Also, a Chenamemba, ADXR 920, especially carnivore. I'm feeling great. Nice, man. That's what's up, dude. Whatever gets you, you know what I mean? Bro, do your thing, man. Health is massively important, man. I'm definitely feeling so much better. Let's see. I bet I got behind here. Oh, that's weird. Oh, it just like totally dropped. Dang it. I'll tell you what. Dang. Garen Wilson says, I was pre-diabetic at one time. Not anymore. Good for you, brother. Gort. Fluffy Bunny Arsenal. Great to see you, brother. Appreciate you. Great to see you, brother. Let's see. Drewski. So when I go through, I'm like, you know, somebody was like, "Are you saying Jew?" I was like, "No, I'm just like, like, oh well, nothing is gonna make that better." Zanti Misfit, Mike McClune, the Goon, Gort. Let's see. Oh man, there's no way to get out of that one. Bro, never had that. Not my name, brother. Great to see you, man. Also a Chenamemba. Appreciate you, brother. Let's see. And someone else can type it in. Topic starts around 40 minutes. Sorry, bro. I'm a flawed, dumb human being. And yes, the show is called Bombs Over Baghdad because Baghdad is in the Middle East and it's a song. It's a song, bro. It's a song from Outkast, okay? I know that Iran and Israel are not in Baghdad, okay? Gosh, you guys sound like a bunch of anti-Northeast Africans. Or you get what I'm saying. Maybe we should just start it all over. All right. I'm just kidding. All right. Let's see. Now I'm gonna be more present to the Suzanne Misfit, Flying Rich, Chenamemba, and a moderator. Appreciate you, brother. Let's see. Just did 9/11. Flying Rich. Let's see who else we got. I only have 2 Glocks. I feel like a little brother. Nah, bro, it's all you need is one, right? And plus, with those deals that pop up from like AIM Surplus, 329, 349, dude, it's all day. If you're not like 100% committed to like an MOS with a red dot and all that, dog, get a Gen 3. Even, I mean, honestly, Gen 4. I would go Gen 3 just because of like parts compatibility and stuff. It's obviously a proven system. Pick up an old Gen 3 for 3 something, slap a light on that thing. Preferably my recommendation would be a Goon Beam because dog. I mean, look at that. Look at that freaking hot spot right there. It's insane. Anyway, yeah, get a Goon Beam. They're usually less than the price of a Streamlight and last way longer. How do I know? Well, I literally broke 2 Streamlights this year, and I've broken 0 out of 16 Goon Beams that I got. Let's see. We did the Flying Rich thing. Drewski with the 10 mil ski. Lost sack. Is it on your deck? No, my deck is on my sack actually. Currently. Hey, P38, brother. Good to see you, man. We got to chat not too long ago. Let's see. Flying Rich. There he is. Kurt 24, the producer of the show, brother. Great to see you, man. Also a channel member and a moderator. Appreciate you, brother. Lightning McQueen, Gort. Let's see. Flying Rich. DLD After Dark. Title's incorrect. Baghdad is Iraq. Thank you, Rich. Thank you. You know what? We need to give Rich homework. Rich, go on YouTube and search Bombs Over Baghdad, Outcast, or Stankonia, or whatever. Honestly, if you probably just type in Bombs Over Baghdad, it will likely pull up. It depends on like really what you want to do. If you're looking for a very sleek, thin, but still very strong, like a flipper with a frame lock. The new one that just dropped today, the Lumen, is very affordable, very good knife, very strong knife, but it is thin and light. And the reason that it is light, kind of a play on words, is because our friends at Goonbeam, we named it the Lumen after Goonbeam because it's light. And I'll grab one and I'll show you guys. It's also got a carbon fiber G10, blue hardware, and the other side is satin stainless steel. The blade is D2 tool steel, standard kind of pokey drop point, and yeah, it's pretty fire. But if you're looking for like larger, heavier, more robust carry knives, I think we're actually out of Boyd's, but we may have a couple of the DK ones left. The DK ones are dope. These are a little bit larger. They also have the blue hardware, which I like a lot. And if this is also D2 tool steel blade, bro, this thing is solid, super thick. It's like more than twice the thickness of Benchmade knives. I know I'm gonna get roasted for saying the kind of stuff that I say. This is a cross bolt style lock, so you can literally just like swing it out like that. And we also have a pretty ridiculous replacement where if you if your knife is taken from you by law enforcement, or if you break it in half or whatever, we'll literally just replace, repair, or send you another one. So yeah, definition knives, and every single knife comes in your mom's box. Yeah, it sounds strange, but if you're looking for still kind of a larger size, a little thicker, but maybe you want to spend a little less, $59. The Journalist and the Birdshot are excellent knives. These are very cool, and they are 8CR13 MOV steel blades. So there you go. Hopefully that answers your question. And yeah, and also no, obviously DK is, me and Rich's company, right? But like there are other knives too, right? So I wouldn't, go broke it in one. Please buy as many as you'd like, but even if you got a $7 Ozark at Walmart, if it has a good lockup and it's a good blade, most of them are like crappy 440C, 440 carbon steel blades, but just use what hold on, what? Thank you for asking, by the way, Thomas Beer. Hold on, Stifler Manufacturing. Constantine with Keanu Reeves, while not 100% comic or animation accurate, was a damn good portrayal. I hope he gets to make a sequel. He has mentioned he's interested in it. Yo, that was a comic book or animation prior to that. I had no idea. I literally had no idea. More beta prints also with Chinamemba. DLD After Dark, FYI. A friend of mine, a friend works security for naval assets, and they are mostly all gone and deployed, FYI. So a lot of that has come out. We're going to get into that in a sec. Definition 9. Good to see you, Slide Bite. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any Chinamembas here. Ruby on the Ridge, brother. Great to see you, man. This is why I slow down and try to go through. The world is forked for show. I know it's crazy. Give where I get fed, bro. Appreciate you, man. For real. Y'all have no idea. I just pooped a lobster corn pop, man. Good to see you, doggy. Hope you're doing well. Let me make sure that I didn't miss any, but no, stop, bro. It's happening every single time again. Well, also don't forget the world is also supposed to end on Saturday too. So Risky, MF Krisky, great to see you. Miss you, love you, and I'm so glad that you're here. Man, bro, Risky, open invitation, my guy. If you want to come on, shoot me a text. I would love to have you on. Miss you, miss having you on the show. I miss our conversations. I'm just kidding, but great to see you for real. Let's see, Harbor Freight. Yeah, we had a whole thing about Harbor Freight, man. Let's see, let me make sure I didn't miss any other channel members. It's just great to see your face. Well, not like your face, but it's great to see your picture of your face and the mask. Until this account gets nuked, yeah, for sure. Big man hug, no homo. I know, we love the Risky, man. We love it. I too am still a 12-year-old boy. Oh, that's too good. I miss the Risky dude, bro. I miss that too, man. Those shorts were quite possibly some of the best out there, and I'm sure some of y'all got like screen recordings or like something of Risky's or Risky. Let me know if it's backed up somewhere too. So, we all do, man. All do. Risky. I would look. We don't talk all the time, but I would call Risky a friend. Good man, good guy. All right, let's go ahead and get started.
We already have.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that? Who was that? What did he just say?
We already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
I don't think he can say that. I mean, it's been a minute, right? But I don't think he can say that. Oh well, he's not going to be around for too long. It all went downhill after the piss jug live, man. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. So obviously you guys see the title there says bombs over Baghdad. Like I said, because I know more people have joined, it's a joke, right? If you guys don't know, that is a song. It is a hippity hoppity song by Outkast. Back in my day, when we used to listen to hip hop, real hip hop, not this mumble garbage. If you guys don't know, Outkast had an album. It was called Stankonia, and they had a great song. It's called "Bombs Over Baghdad." So I felt like it was appropriate to name it as such. And yes, hey, Black Diamond Guns and Gear, brother, great to see you, man. You missed the whole shout out of our weekly show every Saturday, 10:30 on Rumble. Come check it out. After Hours Armory. DB Cooper, brother, great to see you as well, man. Also a channel member. Hip hop is most definitely deceased, and it's a terrible crime. Terrible crime has been committed. So obviously we know, although Rich didn't catch it, Baghdad is neither in Israel or Iran, Iran, whatever. Facts. Free CRS, bro. Free my man Matt Hoover. I'm sorry, I'm like squirrel. But for those of you out there, some things have been happening. Things are happening. So a few things. We talked on the last show about we had a day or two prior to the show. We had gotten some information that on the 14th, actually, Drew was the first one that sent it to me. On the 14th, there's supposed to be nationwide protests all over. Okay, and you know what? Before I get into this, I want to say this. The whole everything, every single thing that we're going to talk about is literally all going to get down to this. If you want to get just a little snippet, a sound bite, and to leave with an action item, prepare, focus on you and your family, and focus on your relationship with God, and make sure you have a close relationship with Jesus, and focus on 4 things: water, food, shelter, security. Everything else is a distraction, okay? But pushing that to the side and knowing that that is the focus for all of this conversation, we'll start with this. So we're looking at things from a domestic standpoint, and we're looking at things from a international politics standpoint. And as we get into this, we're going to take a big old drag of nicotine while this guy gets capped in his gooch. And he's got no choice. No, no. Ooh. The flop at the end. I almost can't stand it. We gotta do that again. Oh yeah, if you got kids and stuff watching, careful. In other news, a Brazilian man was shot in his gooch. I know. Oh man, it's so bad. 3 hours ago, BDGG was the intro. Did you just get started? Yeah, I mean, basically. Yeah, I got started at like 10:45. I was a little late tonight. I was having some StreamYard issues, but I'm here. Ouchie. Taint no more. I know. I know, right? When you mess around, you are indeed going to find out. Okay, so let's get back to it. My apologies. Sometimes when I need nicotine and I'm solo, I just got to play a little something while I hit that. Anyway, okay, so we talked about domestically what was going on. Now, a lot of people are saying that the whole nokings.org, that's a national protest thing, which for any of you guys out there, if you shop at grocery stores, be aware of where you're shopping, because if you shop at Walmart, it sounds like Walmart, amongst others, okay, many others, are literally funding these protests. They have starter kits, training kits. They literally are offering training for people that are hosting their own protests. They're all over the place. If you go to nokings.org, type in your zip code, you are going to find protests in your area. Dog, there's protests going on Saturday the 14th. So that's this coming up Saturday, like the day after tomorrow. They're reporting that these protests are going on. There were even ones in Alaska going on. Like, it's insane. Yeah, straight up. Thomas Beer says Walmart no more. As soon as they stop selling ammunition, if I can't go get milk, eggs, bread, and some 9mm FMJ, then I don't want to go there. So anyway, so Walmart is literally, well, Christy Walton, whatever, one of the Walton daughters is literally promoting this, funding it, and all that. It appears, okay, which is funny. I saw a meme the other day of the Statue of Liberty with the red glowing eyes, and at the bottom it said "no vacancy." It was like, ooh, hilarious. It's so hard to like describe a meme, though. I should just show it next time. So anyway, if you go to nokings.org, type in your zip code, they literally show maps of where all of these protests are. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's like, man, it's probably going to be like, dozens of protests all around the country. You're wrong. It's actually hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of protests all across the country. It's kind of crazy if what they're saying is correct. A lot of people, look, we're talking about paid actors, paid agitators, people that are literally receiving funds to show up and do something. So are they always going to show up? No. Are they always going to be paid? No. Are they all? I mean, who knows, right? but they're using this as a tool to either strike fear into people in the US or to encourage others that may have the same political ideals as them to show up at these protests. If no one jumps in and says they're going to go, no one signs up, whatever, I'm sure a lot of these are not going to happen. Most of them may be literal, jokes. Who knows? But either way, anytime that the opposition tips their hand, take a peek at their cards. Okay, so I would highly recommend that anybody that's on, just look, whether it's real or not, it would be wise to prepare, not to be scared, but to be prepared. That's what I'm saying. So this is one aspect, right? So obviously, with the potential of what's going on in LA possibly happening, bringing this back up here, hundreds and hundreds of places all over the country, it would probably be wise to, do things like fill up your gas tank, do things like put a little extra focus into your water, food, and, maybe the tools that you choose to carry on you each day. I know always, no matter what, I am at the absolute least, even if you catch me at the crib inside and my door gets kicked down, I am at the very least going to have a Glock with 20 rounds on me, at the very least, likely another magazine, obviously a blade. And then, of course, always, even at the crib, I got my goon beam and I got the hot sauce. I just never not carry it. The only time you won't catch me with that literally physically on my person is if I'm in the shower, if I don't have pants on. Okay. But maybe this would be something that you, a day that you choose to throw one of your gay R's or gay K's in the trunk. I don't know. Whatever. Don't take advice from me. I'm just saying something to consider. Okay. So this is one aspect of all the craziness going on. Okay. So then you take something like this and you take, which it's funny because I actually got a video sent to me by someone else in the community. And they said one of the guests of Joe Rogan actually literally called this, like he called this out in 2023. I actually may have it right here. And since I am not monetized, I can probably play this. Okay, let me see. Hang on one second. You would think, well, of course you can play it because that would be fair use. That's just you, playing something, putting commentary over it and all that. Like that should be totally cool, right? No, they hate me. And they're okay. Yes, it is here. All right. So this is 1 minute. I actually have to go check on my dog because I think he's literally pooping in my house again. Don't get a chihuahua. Okay. All right. So I'm going to play this real quick and you guys watch this. It's actually pretty crazy. Hang tight.
This gay pride stuff is going away. And the next thing you're going to see are immigration riots. This is going to be right around the next election. So hand to God, we do this episode. Next day, Starbucks is like, we're banning all the pride stuff. And now you start seeing these, they're putting little breadcrumbs out, man. Little breadcrumbs. Oh, I saw this one thing in Chicago. Oh, yeah, illegal immigrants are upset about where they're staying. And these illegal immigrants who speak no English are holding up perfectly written English signs saying we're tired of how we're being treated. And now you're starting to see this over and over again. So everyone's always like, when all these Republican governors are like sending these immigrants all over the country, everyone's like, yeah, you're showing those Democrats. Bro, they're moving assets. I know it sounds crazy. This is what's going to be right around 2024 election. Immigration riots, people going nuts. Study the Bolshevik War. It is happening in real time. 100%. But I just wanted to get that out to everybody because I'm trying to warn people. This is what's next.
Russia's not taking the United States seriously. And to be fair, why would they? I mean, we're not following through on the threats that we do make, and we're in the process of dialing back Ukrainian military aid, not just in the future, but today. So from Russia's perspective, Putin's perspective, why do anything different? And what they're doing right now is an ever increasing volume and intensity of drone and missile strikes on Ukrainian cities. I mean, just the last 821.
Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second.
Into Ukraine. I would argue that those have actually.
Man, my dog literally just dropped a freaking deuce in the house. God, man. Yeah. So anyway, looking back at that, that's kind of crazy because that's literally like spot on. Man, I gotta say though, like as I watch this, like I don't believe that these are actual immigrants, legal or I mean maybe some legal. I don't believe that these are illegal immigrants that are um that are not only that are protesting or rioting. I mean, these look like the literal same Summer of Love BLM dirtbags that we saw running around going crazy back in 2020, right? These don't appear to be actual. I mean, imagine this, right? So imagine if there was a protest scheduled and they're like, we're going to assemble a massive protest in LA and we want felons with active warrants to all go to this one place to protest. No one's going to show up. Why in the world would anyone that is like, I'm an illegal alien, I'm going to show up and I'm going to protest? And like, no, what? These are all staged, paid for. At least the agitators are paid for. I'm sure that there are a bunch of people that are just showing up there because they're falling in with, whatever political ideology they are, committing their lives to, which is, it's a bunch of like insane, just the scummiest dirtbags that I've seen. They ain't got no jobs, they ain't got no families, they ain't got nothing better to do. Ron Wayne, brother, great to see you, man. Hope you and Misty are doing well, dude. Awesome to have you here, brother. Protesters are paid $200 per day to induce mayhem. I saw the video today. Well, if you saw it on a video, then it must be true. I'm just kidding. Look, I mean, that's how most of us get our information today. I absolutely believe it. No question. No question. Did you get some Stankonia? Protesting doggy. Dude, I know. Okay, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just my dog or what. But apparently either my dog or just dogs in general cannot eat turkey. Okay. Dude, I gave my dog a couple pieces of like whatever, some shreds of like sandwich meat way back in the day, and for like 3 days he was like squirting poo poo pee pee out of his beehole, and it was so bad, dude. He deuced all over my house, like could not hold it in. His stomach sounded like a blender, like it was crazy. So I was like, okay, never giving you turkey again. I know y'all don't care about this, whatever. Good thing it's my show. Anyway, so I gave him like some like crumbles of like sausage or something like that. And then he started getting sick to his stomach. I was like, man, that's so weird, right? It's just sausage, right? And I look and it says turkey sausage. I'm like, oh no. So I'm dealing with the same ish right now. I mean, no pun intended, actual ish right now. So that sucks. I'm sorry. So like I literally seeing my dog walk away and like slowly like tiptoe out of the room, I know he is going to do something bad right now, but I don't want to walk away from the show again. So it is what it is. Yeah, absolutely. So it was actually exposed today, and this is so funny. It's like, dog, we've been saying this for like nearly half of a decade, okay, that Alex and George Soros have been funding this stuff. The Democratic Socialists of America are funding this stuff. These crazy, extreme left-wing tards are funding this stuff. And then like today, 5 years deep into this, and obviously like even way before that, right? Like we're talking, dude, you can't make this stuff up. When you take a literal terrorist, okay? So let's say you take a terrorist. Let's say this was a Weather Underground terrorist. They got caught with, I don't know, like over 500 pounds of explosives in a van and was going to literally commit an act of terror. And then that person goes to jail, okay? And then when that person goes to jail later on, a Democrat president literally pardons her and releases her. And that individual that was released was Susan Rosenberg. Susan Rosenberg was a former Weather Underground terrorist caught with more than 500 pounds of explosives, like I said. Well, guess what? Do you know who runs BLM? Would you believe it? Susan Rosenberg. Oh my goodness, isn't that crazy? So she's a strong black woman, right? No, she's a white Jew. So there's that. Anyway, but all the money that they raised went towards helping the black community. Okay, also no, it didn't. It basically was siphoned back into the pockets of these dirtbags. And anyway, so that's really not important. I say all this to say that everything is corrupt. Everything is corrupt. The left is corrupt. The right is corrupt. Two wings of the same bird, two sides of the same coin, two heads of the same snake. It's all the same. The only thing you can do, and I don't want to like invoke anyone to do anything out of like fear or being, a place of like urgency from scarcity or like whatever. None of us should ever be scared about anything. And I would say, out of all the people that I know in the chat, no one here is scared. It's just best to be prepared, not scared, right? So anyway, these crazy things are going on, and they're going on for years and years and years, and we are talking about it for years and years. Little nobodies on the internet that no one listens to, right? Like I'll get like 500 views on the shows that we do, right? On YouTube at least, and then today it's like the FBI was finally able to I got the image right here. Let's see. I believe it is, and I didn't mean to, but I probably sounded like an a-hole when I responded and was like, oh, well, would you look at that? Like confirmation of literally like what we have known for years and years and years. Oh, actually, this one was from Josh. Big Josh. Here we go. Give me 1 second and I'll pull this up. Do. All right, hopefully there's nothing sensitive in this screenshot. No, it's just a Twitter feed. All right, so this is not my screenshot personally. This is literally just the screenshot from the big homie. So I'll pull this up here just so you guys can see that. It will be no surprise to anyone. So we're looking at this piece right here from MAGA Mafia Media. I'm sure there's, no, political ideology skewing anything like that. They both need to be arrested. Enough with the talk. And it says, breaking news. The FBI has deciphered encrypted emails linking the funding of the LA insurrection to George and Alex Soros, the Open Society Foundation. Follow me for more. Look, dude, we have been talking about this for years and years. Now, I guess it's a good thing. It's a positive thing that I guess there's a possibility that some people may be held accountable, but let's be real. What do you think is actually going to happen? Do you guys truly think, do you actually believe that anyone is going to hold a bunch of millionaires and billionaires accountable for agitating these? I mean, look, their job is to sow division. And I mention this all the time. 1 John 5:19. That is a reminder, okay? The entire world is under the influence of the evil one. And by the evil one, just for clarity, Christ is king. I'm talking about Satan. I'm talking about the devil. I'm talking about evil. The entire world is influenced by the evil one. That's it. So it's our job to be the light. Okay, let me get back to this here. My bad. Anyway, all right, so that's domestically, right? Now we actually did a couple shows discussing the issues with Ukraine and with Russia, right? So there was this huge operation in actually, you know what? I keep hearing and even saying there was this huge operation in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. It actually wasn't a huge operation. It was like a literal like $5,000 mission. Like well, okay, let's be fair. It was probably like 5 grand to 5 to 10 grand worth of drones and another like whatever 5 to 10 grand worth of like containers. And so we're talking like, I mean, I can't see this going beyond like $20,000 worth of equipment, right? And then of course you got the time and labor and all that stuff. But anyway, compared to the damage that they did, they launched like 50 to 60, or no, like over 40 drones out of shipping containers. And I look, I don't care what anyone thinks about like Ukraine or Russia or who you want to win I don't care. We talk about stuff like that for the purpose of tactics, preparation, just thinking from the standpoint of, okay, if one day, if I become the stupid, outgunned, uh, you know, poor soul that needs to destabilize, demoralize, sabotage, and to bring down a larger force, then it's probably important that I study things like this that are going on, that I pay attention to things that are going on. Because if you go back I mean, honestly, like every conflict ever, but if you go back to the GWAT and you look at the dudes that were, running around in flip flops made out of tires with AKs and empty, whatever, like the 110 mortar shell or 110 rockets filled with like black powder or something like that. Like crazy, silly, rudimentary BS that had a massive impact on sabotaging an enemy that is massive. You are totally outgunned. They got technology for days beyond you. We talked about the water truck incident, right? Where in I think it was like outside of Fallujah or something, there was this whole campaign to flip the bird to the Taliban and for the United States government to come in and save the day. And the town or the village was like, okay, if you guys can provide us fresh water, then we'll flip the bird to the Taliban and we'll rock with the United States. So what the Taliban did was every single day they would attack the water trucks. So they didn't need to have any crazy, highly technological, advanced warfare implements. They just like shot holes in the trucks as they were going to deliver the water. They just and again, right, I'm not talking about whose side did what or who's good or who's bad. I'm talking about guerrilla military tactics. That's it. Okay, for the purpose of research, for the purpose of hopefully never having to use anything like that ever. But if we must, it's great to know how to subvert, how to demoralize, how to destroy their plans, right? Y'all know what I'm getting at. How do we sabotage? How do we, if God forbid we ever ended up in a situation where the shenanigans hit the fanigans and it's like, really going down and we got to grab our stuff and get to work. Well, we're going to be outgunned regardless of who it is. If it's our own government or if it's China or if it's Russia or if it's, we talked about the possibility of like things like, okay, what if something like China and the cartels, and because they've been working with each other for years, what if we literally had to go up against like cartels just driving through our streets or something like that? Like no matter what happens, if things totally fell apart, it's highly likely that we're going to be outgunned. We're going to have lesser technology, and we're going to have to resort to very simple, rudimentary tactics of interrupting, subverting, sabotaging, destroying their morale, and all that stuff. So anyway, yeah, you don't necessarily have to win. You just have to slow down, subvert, sabotage, and break the morale of the enemy. That's all. Destroy their supply chain, destroy, whatever, that kind of thing. Hey, MC Moran, great to see you, brother. Also a channel member, says, what up, Dark Chat? Hope you all are well. You as well, my friend. Appreciate you, brother. Coyote, bro, great to see you, man. Seems more like CIA than Ukraine on that attack. It is, if you think about it. So I don't think it was the CIA. I mean, I absolutely could be wrong, and if something like that does come out in the future, I will gladly eat my words. But I mean, basically, they had a series of shipping containers that were turned into convertibles with some hydraulic, garage door openers, and then they had, $200 to $500 drones fly out with high explosives on them. But for that little $20,000 mission, they took out like $850 million worth of aircraft that can never be replaced again, right? So then Russia was like, we have to respond, and then they said like something they were already going to do was their response, and it was like, oh, that's super weak actually. But anyway, there's obviously the conflict going on over there, and it's funny because very early on, I forgot who initially said it. Maybe it was a senator or a congressman. I can't remember who. Don't trust any of them either. But they had said something like, "It's interesting if you watch the money, right?" Like I forgot who said it earlier, but follow. I think it was Agarizer. Follow the money trail, right? They had said now that we had pulled out that $50 to $60 billion going to Ukraine, watch to see where that $50 to $60 billion goes next, because the military industrial complex, they're hungry and they never stop eating, right? So it's interesting that we're in this place now. So now, uh, Trump is on the phone with Putin. He's on the phone with Zelensky, and Zelensky's not getting support, anything like that directly from Trump, from what's been reported. And then, like 12 hours later, there's the whatever. See, I only want to give you guys accurate information. What was the name of that? Hold on. It was um oh, hold on. Dang it, I don't have the name of the summit. I'll have to get the name of the summit, but basically at this summit, Zelensky was there, of course, and they said that right now Ukraine is on the irreversible path of joining NATO. And it's like, dude, this is why this conflict is occurring. Well, there's several levels to it, or layers to it, rather, but this is one of the reasons that this is happening in the first place, right? The expansion of NATO to the east, and Putin saying in like 2010, like, yo, if you guys continue to expand NATO, we're going to X, Y, and Z. And then they did X, Y, and Z, right? So then, he's saying, Zelensky, we're not going to give you aid, whatever, or further aid. And then he gets on the phone with Putin, and Putin says, well, I have to attack. I have to respond back. And Trump is like, well, basically, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna tell you that that's okay, but I'm certainly not going to stand in your way. It's like, dang, like, so you're just saying, like, go ahead and do it. Like, it's almost like, I just kind of want to see what happens, bro. Let's see. Yeah, punch him. He said, you're not going to punch him. Punch him. You punch him. Who's going to punch first? Right. So it's like, in a way, agitation. And look, I don't expect, let me say this differently. I don't want the United States to help any of these other nations. I think the only thing we need to focus on is the United States, period. We're just our little nation itself. We're melting. We're falling to pieces. We can't keep it together. We are a just disgusting place of division and evil, right? So please don't take anything I am saying as I'm pro Russia, I'm pro Ukraine, I'm pro Iran, I'm pro Palestine, I'm pro this, I'm pro America, dog. That's and not in the current condition that it is right now. A little disclaimer. Anyway, so he's like, yeah, I'm certainly not going to give you permission to attack, but I'm not going to tell you no either, right? So then, all this is going on. This is like literally over the past week. And then Iran, obviously, they're constantly trying to, become a nuclear power. And Israel, Bibi Netanyahu, and Trump are on the phone, and Israel is like, "Hey, we want your support and we want your backing. We're going to attack Iran." And Trump is like, "No, no, we're not going to back you. We're not going to support you, whatever." And again, which is fine in my book, don't care, right? Um, and I know there's probably a lot of other geopolitical stuff that my simple, smooth brain does not understand. So, okay, sue me. All right, whatever. Don't care. I care about the United States. Now, if there are external factors from a geopolitical standpoint that have an impact, a positive impact on the United States, would love to hear about it. Okay, I'm honestly would love to hear about it. But anyway, so then uh, Netanyahu and Trump end up on the phone, and Netanyahu is like, "We're going to strike Iran. Okay, we have to stop them before they become a nuclear power. We can't have that. Blah 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 blah." And then Trump, interestingly enough, says almost to the like word for word the exact same line, and says, "Well, I'm certainly like, we're not going to back you. We're not going to give you permission, but I certainly am not going to stop you from." It's like, yo, are you all of a sudden like the Joker? Are you like the Dark Knight Rises Joker? Do you just want to watch the world burn? Like, what's going on here? And I know people are going to be like, "Oh, you're anti-Trump, or you're anti-Israel, you're anti." I'm pro-America. Okay, that's it. I'm pro-America. I voted for Trump every chance that I could. All right, but I also know that I will never, ever, 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 ever put the future of my hope and my family's hope and my children's hope into that of a politician ever at all. Period. Not going to happen. That's all I'm saying. Woo! Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. We need to send the dual citizens to fight. Yo, the entire former cabinet of the last presidential administration. Hey, Douglas Boing, brother, great to see you, man. Well, that is the purpose of distractions. Fact. We already gave them the money, jets, bombs. I know, right? It's not like, look, we wouldn't have noticed anything even if he did provide additional aid. And at this point, for the US to ever say that we did not provide lethal aid to Ukraine is an absolute joke, right? It's literally like being like in the crowd around a fist fight, and then like during a lull in the fight, you walk up with brass knuckles in this hand and a switchblade in this hand, and you're like, "Hey dude, just wanted to set these down right here." And then everyone's like, "Dude, what are you doing? You are providing him with tools that he could use to kill this man." And you're like, well, I'm not giving him lethal aid. I just happened to set two things down there on the street. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Nudge, nudge. It's like, well, no, you're giving him stuff that he can kill this person with, right? Like, no, not really. I just set him down, right? Like, dude, it's okay. We can't provide that level of support and not say it's lethal support. Plus, with the fact that we actually have boots on the ground now. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. All of it's bad. All of it sucks. All right. And I am no geopolitical expert. I am just a dude that is a father. I'm a dad, and I'm a gun nut. And I just kind of like to keep a close eye on some stuff to see, are we at 212 degrees yet? Okay, where are we at? We're up to like 200 degrees. All right, we should keep an eye on things. That's all I'm saying. I'm not the political commentator. I'm not the Dan Bonji, Oh man, talk about. I'll say this: there are a lot of people that thought and think very, very, very highly of Dan Bongino and Cash Patel. And almost immediately I was like, this is wrong. Something is wrong. This is not good. They're like, you know, all these other countries, blah, blah, all the aid. This is all, you know, money laundering. This is all this, like even their mannerisms, the things that they spoke about and all that. And it's like a week later, they're in suits, choking themselves out with their Windsor knot. And they're like, we're just here to let you know that Jeffrey Epstein definitely, absolutely, 100% committed suicide. No question. I've seen the footage. There's footage. Well, not footage that like we could share. I mean, it's grainy. It's grainy. Well, I thought there was a report that the cameras were off. We'll be able to share some more things in the future. When in the future? Weeks. Okay, if there's something that's like you know, as you know, an individual coming like into the role of FBI director, you know, there's got to be something that like, you know, is very important to you and something that's weighing on you or whatever. Something that's very close to me is Israel. What? How about America? How about America? Can I get a one in chat for America? Bro, what? Like I never would have expected that. It's just it's crazy to me. Man. And to do this during sodomy month. My bad. My bad. Yo, Tim Hopper, Burger Kings. What's up, brother? Yeah, and a one in chat for sodomy month too. Let's take the Lord's rainbow. Oh man, that's terrible. I haven't voted in years. Gave up on the system a while ago. Look, dude, I was in the same exact position. Literally, I was like, it is broken. It is everything is falling into the void. They do what they want. They don't care about me. I have no impact. I make like literally nothing. This is all set up. Dude, I was talking to Red Dawn, and there's people out there that are like, yo, they got time machines. The only way they can choreograph all this is if they got freaking time machines. Okay, and I'm not saying like it's not a joke, like they for real believe that the people that are pulling strings got time machines. Okay, really what makes more sense is that okay, if you see a magician and a magician posts a video on his YouTube channel, is it more likely that he is actually doing magic or that the video is edited? Of course, it's that the video is edited, right? So does it make more sense that these mofos actually have time machines or that they are just literally making all this stuff happen and they are pulling the strings and they know what's going to happen in advance, so they call it out? That's all I'm saying, all right? Because if time machines existed, someone would go rogue, someone would take over, someone that, you know, is committed to, you know, the country, or that has morals or integrity, or someone would step in and be like, I'm taking that time machine. Bro, give me a chance, give me an opportunity, bro. First off, I'm not even going to start changing things. I just want to see what really happened. All right. That's what bro, take me back to September. Okay. Sorry. Let me stop. Oh, that's so bad. Oh man. Could you imagine? Where would you guys go? I need to know, where would you want to go? Like to figure out the truth, not even necessarily to change things. All right. It's funny because I'm saying all this knowing that there's a literal big pile of dog crap on my carpet right now that's like drying to it like a pile of glue that I have to go clean up after this. It's ridiculous. Oh man. Dang, my bad. I missed this. One. Appreciate you guys. Oh, F sodomy. Okay, yeah, that works too. Joe got 81 million votes. FATF, right? Drewski. The universe is in constant motion. Not only do you have to travel in time, but also space to go back in time. Very true. Like 1935, Germany. I'd go back to when Marilyn Monroe was like 22, bro. That's actually a really good answer. I like both of these answers. Shaving cream. Oh. I was like, what? To get the dookie out. Yeah. I'll figure that out. I mean, I know some of the tricks, but yeah, if very good point. Yep. Yeah, I mean, even if you weren't gonna like make changes to history, just to be able to like see what really happened, like take me back to September 10th, 2001. Take me back to I don't know. T- Place me on the lawn of the Pentagon. Okay, all right, I'm gonna stop. Man, I don't know where I would want to go first, man. Honestly, it's probably not appropriate to discuss. But either way, yeah, I would love to just learn like what's the actual truth? What's the actual truth behind all this? Anyway, I don't believe that these fools actually have time machines, right? I don't believe any of that. And that's like a real thing that, and Red Dawn and I were talking about that earlier. For sure would bring dinosaur back. Oh, there ain't no way dinosaurs ever existed, man. That's crazy. Um, yeah, but no, that's just to see, man, just to see what was the truth, right? Because when we're always the ones that are in the position of telling the stories, all of a sudden you start to look up like, Dad, I don't think I believe all those stories that you told me. You know what I mean? It's like not all of them can be true. Yeah, World War I, World War II. I want to learn all Vietnam. Take me back. I want to be at Hamburger Hill. I want to be at all of that. I want to see which Black Hawk went down. Bro, take me to Afghanistan uh, during Operation Red Wings. I want to see the Chinook. All that. I would even get to watch Marcus Luttrell if what was reported to happen really happened. I think a lot of this stuff we actually know, which is why we're bringing this stuff up at particular times and dates. I would love to see maybe the DEA's investigation or lack of investigation on particular art students, right? That happened to be in a particular building during an interesting time. I'd be curious about that. Yeah, Civil War, bro, all that, man. Um, yeah, meeting Jesus would be dope too, right? Yeah, that's crazy. 2 BC. Woof. Dallas, Texas, 1962. Oh man, like Waco too, man. There's so many dope things but some things you got to be careful. If you just watch and spectate, because if you show up somewhere and give someone like the heads up, like, yo, your entire commune is gonna get burned down tomorrow. Like, you can't give them the heads up because then you'll change history. I just want to watch. Anyway, I'm sorry. I have no idea how we got this far down the whole rabbit hole of all this. This is one of those moments where your boy needs some nicotine. So you just enjoy this moment. And if you get offended by this, then you're the person he's talking to.
Oh, I get it. You're retarded. You don't understand a word I say.
It's a beautiful thing. My apologies. Look, sometimes you just gotta run it. Oh, you know what? There is one. That's right. The best commercial ever.
This shit's gonna blow up.
No, it won't blow.
All right, for sure.
There you go. All right, I'm back now. Yeah, so I mean, all this is going on. I think the only thing that we can do with everything going on, if all of these conflicts are going on, Russia, Ukraine, Israel and Iran, and dude, the U.S. is right smack in the middle, right? Especially if it is true that the Ukraine is on track to join NATO, I don't know if they're talking about them joining NATO during the conflict. 100% we're going to be engaged in an all-out ground war, no question. I don't know what the stipulations are around that kind of stuff. I'm certainly not an expert, and I would encourage you guys, small vape cloud. I know the little disposables are small clouds, but goodness gracious, they're 50%, 50 milligrams of nicotine. 50 milligrams, no, 50%, whatever it is. It's too much. It's way too much. I shouldn't be hitting the disposables. Anyway, just kidding. Meet the first gyno. What are you talking about? Be the first gyno. I'm just kidding. Could you imagine the nasty snatches you would see as a gyno? Oh, roast beef and burnt lasagna. No thanks. I also like to live dangerously. Okay. So, all right. So let's say that we're bound by, I mean, we basically are NATO, right? Would we be bound to engage in this all-out ground war with Russia at that point? What would happen with China? I heard there's still, conflict going on at the China-India border where they're like literally microwaving soldiers with direct energy beams. Technology is completely changing everything to where, once upon a time it was ground wars with rifles and projectiles and ordnance and explosives and all that. And now it's like someone might shine an invisible laser beam on you that will literally microwave you. You won't even know what's going on. You'll just start puking all over the place. And all of a sudden, in 30 seconds, your guts are melting out of your beehole. Like, that is insane, dude. That's terrifying. Drones, terrifying. Those micro, high yield HE drones that are like AI piloted, bro, that's crazy. Have you guys see those videos where they're just flying through the woods and they're just automatically dodging like all the terrain out there? Bro, that is crazy. Absolute insanity. So yeah, things are changing, and the technological advancements within, the warfare arena changing so much. All of a sudden, that isn't such a big deal anymore, right? Like, grabbing an AR. Obviously, nothing will ever replace the soldier, right? The boots on the ground soldier. But I would encourage, if I were to encourage anything, aside from everyone focusing on their own water, food, shelter, security, as always, as the go back years back on all of my streams, always water, food, shelter, security. And by security, I mean, just for, clarity, I mean firearms. I mean understanding how to fix and repair firearms, understanding other things like explosives, understanding tactics, understanding how to make an FFP, right? How to properly identify and set up a firing position from with like a long gun or something like that. Understanding explosives is very important for multitude of reasons, but even something like, okay, when I say shelter, right, I'm not just talking about your shelter as in like your home. Obviously that's a huge aspect of it, but every single one of those categories has multiple subcategories, like preparing your home if you needed to bug in, and also preparing like if you needed to bug out, right? Having caches if needed, having other places if our world or our like the places that we live in, if they all of a sudden become non-permissive environments where you can't walk around and defend yourself or have tools on you to defend yourself, man, that's a completely different world, right? So we may not be walking around in full kit with ARs. We may be, like when we read the whatchamacallit, I always forget the poor guy's name. The year and a half of post-Civil War Bosnia, when we read through that thing. We should, for real, we should read that again, because that's all the crazy gritty stuff that like no one ever thinks of, right? Like when everyone is starving and you don't look like you're starving, right? Like like literally going out and getting baggy clothes to make it look like to your neighbors that you're shriveling up and getting thinner, or like that your neighbors, when they watch you go outside and like poop in your yard and then bury it, well, if you're pooping, they know that you're eating, right? Or if like it just seemingly healthy, right? You're a target, right? Like going to the makeshift markets that they have and trading stuff. Well, if you have stuff to trade, then you have stuff to steal. So just becoming like targets. Like, dude, all of that stuff is just like crazy. And straight up, the dude was like, yo, if you, hey, Rip Curl, good to see you, brother. If you have a plan to bug in and basically do indoor camping for a long period of time, if it is not with your family, prepare to die and or be killed, because that's like that, man. If it comes to the last piece of bread, and you may have like a team of some guys, but like, dude, if it gets to a point where that last piece of bread and their kids, if it's between you and, I mean, man, having a team of people that you truly know, love, and trust like that would be very, very important. I'm just thinking, if everything literally falls to ish, right? If the shenanigans hit the fanigans. Um, but anyway, I say all this to get back to the focus of water, food, shelter, security, because regardless of what's going on in the world, it always seems like we're literally on the cusp. We are standing on the threshold of nuclear war. We're standing on the threshold of an all-out ground war. We're standing on the threshold of an invasion, or you know what I mean? Like, it always seems that way. And then riots pop up, and then but based on what I'm seeing with that too, there are no protests, right? Like that, I don't see any protests. I only see riots. So I'd prepare for that too. So with everything going on, man, look, I'm going to be real. I would encourage all of you guys to prepare. Oh, the other thing we're going to talk about, comms. Okay. So even if all you have is like a half a dozen Baya things, you need to make sure that you yourself have comms and backup comms. There are way better options out there than Baofangs. Also, way better options that can scan frequencies. So there's a bunch of other stuff out there on the market, but Baofangs are typically the most affordable and available. And then also having everyone that you know you hold close to you, make sure that they have a radio and a backup if you can, but at least a radio, and then have a comms schedule with very specific things that you can and should say and shouldn't say, that you have code for things, right? Knowing that every time you turn it on and transmit, you can be triangulated, that they'll literally find anyone operating on channels. And just being aware of that and having a comms schedule. And then if you don't make your comms windows, then having, primary, a pace plan, which is primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency. And just, preparing yourself, your family, your loved ones, friends, if you have a team, setting all that up in advance to where because if you're just talking in like typical military jargon, which is like, I'm 5 mics out, if you don't think that the opposition is going to know that you're talking about you're 5 minutes out, then you're probably tripping. So doing what you can to kind of set up your own low key language is super important. As short as you can keep communications, those very, very short bursts, and then getting off the radio and changing channels. And if people don't check in, having your backup and your backup and your backup and backup, and so on. And then there may be an emergency comms thing, which has nothing to do with radios at all, right? You could literally be, I'm going to fire a freaking flare into the sky, whatever it is, right? Or you're going to see blue smoke or blue chem light, or, whatever it is. Look, I'm not anyone to listen to when it comes to tactical stuff or like anything like that at all, right? just because I at times run around and shoot at steel, and you know, I like to think that I've been taking a good amount of time preparing myself personally. Um, you know, for me, for my group of guys, and also for my family. But that's just, that's an individual thing. I encourage you guys to make your own decisions when it comes to things like that, but focus on those four items. Like I said: water, food, shelter, security. I would also make sure that you're focusing on your personal health. I've made a huge focus this year, mostly over the last few months, to get in better shape, to eat better, to live better, to sleep better, to be more active, so I can be able to, if I need to run a mile with 70 pounds on me, then I need to know that I'm going to be able to do that without literally falling down and dying, right? So, just making sure that you're keeping yourself in the best shape possible, which I'm still very far away from, but I'm constantly working on it. And so, funny thing, dude, a lot of things that we've talked about it a lot, but in most prepping circles, civilian preparedness, preparation, prepping, like whatever you want to call it, right? Usually people don't talk about the morale boosting stuff, right? Like, I will always make sure that I have things like mac and cheese, cookies, candies, like the coloring books, like arts and crafts stuff, sugar, like whatever I can to make sure that I can boost the morale of kids. Puzzles, board games, whatever, toys, like even, dude, even like, and this is how crazy, like, I guess weird I am in certain ways. Like, anytime like I order takeout and I get those like things of utensils, and it comes with like a napkin, a wet wipe, a salt and a pepper, and like fork, spoon, knife, and all that, bro, I will take those. I will stash them away. I got bags and bags and bags of them like this, because all of those, every item that comes in there, if you got nothing, if you have nothing, all right, even if you just have those, you have salt that you can add to your water for hydration, for electrolytes. You have pepper that you can add to whatever terrible food you're going to have to eat. You have a wet nap that you can use as a pseudo shower if you need. You have utensils that you can use, or if you don't need those utensils because you're a brute and you eat with your hands, like, more power to you. Then you have more plastic that you can use to put through the process of pyrolysis to melt down with all the other plastic that you're melting down to turn it into gasoline or diesel or kerosene or whatever. And then, of course, the napkin. After your wet nap shower, you can then take the napkin to dry yourself off. But when you have literally nothing, I could imagine that getting that little bag of what we typically consider as trash would be like the most incredible thing in the world. Yeah, baby wipes, all that stuff. Murph Dog, what's up, brother? Great to see you, man. Dude, that's what I'm saying. The kids are like one of the most important things, man. If you could imagine, if everything does just fall to absolute, just straight up, just all out warfare, and it's either bug in, bug out, or whatever. Yeah, taking care of the kids, keeping their spirits up, keeping the morale up, man, that's super important. And those little things like the mac and cheese, like cookies, like candies, coloring books, puzzles, and board games, and like all that kind of stuff, crayons, right? So not only could the kids use crayons to color and stuff, but you could also sell them to Marines as food. So you could also melt them down for stuff too if needed. There's a billion things that you can do, but my weird thing is that like I keep like all these things, right? Like, so I'm like tucking all this stuff away that in most cases would be trash in almost every single household, and I'm keeping it and I'm hoarding it and I'm stuffing it away. And like, I got bags of Hershey Kisses from like 2 Christmases ago because I just can't, like, bear with the idea of just like letting this stuff go, right? Because if God forbid something terrible happens, like, dude, 2-year-old Hershey Kisses, bring them on, bro. That's like huge morale booster. Bags and bags of rice and water. not rice and rice and sorry, rice and water and flour and oats, like oatmeal. Oh, dude, there's so many different things you can do. But I guess so. When I say 4 things: water, food, shelter, security, it seems very simple, but understand that every single one of those 4 things have multiple subcategories, and then every single one of those have additional subcategories too. So just don't go crazy. Don't and I can't even say it from a place of like recommendation or advice or anything, but I would just say this. The way I look at it personally is if I chopsticks. Yes, I do. Is that your first time noticing? I've had a man bun for like for a minute now, man. I think the optic on the AR covers it up. Dude, my hair's gotten long, bro. Long. I'll pop it out at the end and you'll see how long it's gotten. It's kind of crazy. Um it's funny, dude, because like I was on the phone with Red Dawn earlier and I'm like, dude, I have like a little 10-pound chihuahua and a man bun, and like no one would ever imagine like uh, just like what I got on me right now, bro. Like I may look like the like perfect mark or the dumbest victim or whatever, and like all I'm gonna hear is shooter ready, beep, like come on. Never ever like when you see someone, right, they say like don't judge a book by its cover or whatever. Never underestimate an enemy at all, ever, because you never know. Because like it was even a trip for me. I was in the grocery store, I was walking around, I was talking to people and stuff, and I walk out, and as I'm walking to my car, I'm pushing the cart, and I see myself in the reflection, and I was like, whoa, what is that thing on my head? I was like, oh my goodness, I totally forgot. Usually I can get away with just like, putting stuff in it and slicking it back and it stays back. But after a while, it's like coming in front of my face, and I gotta like do the Brandon Herrera where I'm just like, like constantly like pulling the hair back. It's annoying, bro. But I'm gonna keep it growing for a bit. I'm gonna keep growing it out, and we'll see what happens. But damn hippie, I'll tell you what. It is funny though, like you picture a dude that's like walking around with a man bun, flip flops, and a chihuahua, and you're like, yo, there's the guy. Let's get him. Then you get Mozambiqued, in sub 2 seconds. Anyway, so last couple things is yeah, okay, so morale for the kids, right? So the stuff like mac and cheese, right? The cookies, candies, like all that stuff. This is stuff that you don't got to go crazy with prepping. I'm not saying go get a bunch of freeze dried stuff. You can literally just get stuff at the grocery store. You'd be surprised how many of these things that we just always get with their expiration dates that are like years out. And you just cycle through them, use whatever you can. That way nothing goes to waste, and then cycle through them, replace them, right? The like bags of like, or even like the cans of even like chicken, they store it's like tuna, right? But it's like chunks of chicken and stuff like that, like all sorts of things. But things like pancakes, right? For the kids, you can, oh, my bad, I didn't see you back there. Um, um, things like pancakes for the kids, dude, you could so easily, get, okay, so this would be like the freeze dried stuff, but they have the freeze dried pancake mix that's like 25 plus year shelf life. You know what I mean? Methuselah, welcome.
Oh man, it's got the old school screen name. That's funny.
That's too funny. How's it going, dude? I was literally about to sign off here in 7 minutes.
I had a feeling you were.
Yeah. Could you tell?
Yeah, I could kind of tell you were wrapping it up.
Yeah.
I came by to just say that bombs are not over Baghdad, actually, guys. And the best place to go back in time would be to the Garden of Eden to stop Eve from eating that fruit. And
yeah, but we kind of need the fall of man, otherwise we're not forgiven. Well, I guess no, you're right.
you
You're
wouldn't
right.
have anything to be forgiven for.
That's true. Yeah. All right. So let me go back and thought here. Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, our pristine parents. That's so crazy to think of that, man.
But I do hope everybody's staying calm on the eve of destruction.
Yeah.
There's nothing that any of us can do about it. As long as you've taken every precaution and you have faith, at the end of the day, the chips are going to fall where they may.
So this is important, though. So, and it's right in line with exactly what I was saying, which I love. A lot of times we talk a lot about this kind of stuff offline too, and then kind of, discuss it, together on live streams. But what can people like us in this situation, where we're like unsure, what can people like us do?
Make sure that you have the right group of people around you when you need people. Make sure you don't have the wrong group. That's probably the number one, even above preps. Skills is probably number two after people. But even in that, it's not the Bolshevik Revolution, Bosnian situation that you've mentioned many times, the wrong people will get you killed quick. So, or make you miserable or make you lose your mind.
So will 13.9 inch ARs. I just want to add that. Those will absolutely get you murked out there. I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
That's why I have a few of them, because if you have more than one, then you'll
That's why I rock that 13.7. I'm just kidding. Dude, the barrel length argument, it never ceases to amaze me.
12.5 or 13.9, that's all you ever need. That's all you ever need. Yeah.
I would take a 20-inch M16 A2, A3, A4 all day, bro.
If that's all I got.
Full auto. Wow, dude. Yep. And those XM193s out of a 20-inch barrel, them things are punching level 3 steel plates all day.
I seen a guy today who was like south of Washington who got one of those 3-position FRTs. Man, that thing runs real nice.
With by the way, with an H2.
Oh, I can't even see the chat.
You got to click on comments.
Yeah.
With an H2, by the way, and it was running like a sewing machine. Ejection was perfect, gassing was perfect, looked perfect.
Yeah,
it was great, running like a freaking Singer sewing machine.
Mine, well, I don't have one actually, but if I did have one, it would really like to be suppressed and have an H3 buffer.
That's so mine. Right there, which at this point in Virginia is totally lawful. He said, touch it. Dude, straight up, mine with a can and an H3 buffer just runs perfectly. And I don't know, I haven't run it without a can, actually. In most cases, I'm running suppressed either way, The only case where I'm not running suppressed is if obviously if length is a consideration and noise is not a consideration, which is not most situations, but that, or my 14.5 is not set up to run a can on. It's a little bit more of a distance gun, which it actually doesn't make. Did you see that video where the dude was running? He had his team running 5.56s and 9mm with a suppressor and without a suppressor at 50 yards, 100 yards, 20 yards, 400, 600 yards, or meters rather. And dude, you could barely tell a difference. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, because I mean, all the sounds still go in that direction.
Yeah, it was. And his back was to him, and they were shooting in the other direction too. So it was like, the unsuppressed would go off, and then the 5.56 with the can would go off like, and it's like yeah, it sounded like almost exactly alike.
I wonder what can he was using, because there is
Yeah.
differences in how some cans will. Like
Yeah.
if you're using a K can, you might as well, I don't know, call it a muzzle device. It should be called a
Yeah, they
KA
don't.
muzzle brake.
There's not a lot that there's not a lot of super short cans out there that are highly effective. But also, they weren't using any subsonics at all. So they weren't running 300 blackout subs. They weren't running 9mm subs. Like, obviously, if you had to be super super discreet, you know, a 9mm sub gun with some subs and a can, even a K can, like that thing is dumb quiet. You know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure most people in battles do not have a suppressor on. So if you're going to be dropping bodies all over the place, I don't know how necessary a suppressor is. I mean, I think it's good to have, but
They've become more popular.
I think you'll be fine as long as you got good skills. You'll be fine. As long as every time you pull that trigger, something drops or something bleeds, you'll be doing pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely become much more like typical to see dudes running cans, but like in Ukraine, like none of them are running cans, at least from what I've seen, and yeah, I mean, once the gunshots pop off, like, dude, the rifles are not the loudest thing to worry about out there,
No.
like ordnance dropping all over the place, all around you, yeah, dude, belt fed upper, that belt fed upper with the
street
Ferts and
sweeper?
Watts and super safeties, bruh, yeah, crazy.
But yeah, I mean, you covered a lot of good prep and stuff, and it is
Appreciate it, man.
crazy that everything is just all at once. But like, you played the video of Sam, what's his last name?
The dude
from
quote
Tinfoil,
predicted, yeah.
from Tinfoil Hat.
He must have a
podcast.
time machine, bro.
Man, the people who think Q is still like all this is part of the plan and there was no other way to save humanity than this.
All of it, dog.
They're gonna walk right into the mark of the beast. Like, oh yeah, it's great now.
Yeah.
Just give me my mark. Thanks, Q. Q clearance.
Q clearance.
Q clearance. They got the time machine. He's got all of Tesla's technology.
Trump is beaming us up to Mars. It was all a hoax. Yeah, dude, that's man, it's kind of crazy to see people put that much of their hope in not only just humanity, like their personal lives and the lives of their family into literal strangers, dude.
Yep. It's weird.
He seems like a good guy. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it's kind of nuts to be at the place that we are, but it seems like everything always happens at once, right? So, if we end up in a situation where, the world is melting in several different directions right at the same time on the same weekend, that all these no kangs things are supposed to pop off, and like even if like a dozen major cities are affected like LA is, I mean, dude, that's an absolute nightmare,
Yeah, that flight light is like around $5,000. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, dude, even more like the ones that you see like with accessories and stuff like that for sale. It's nuts, man. Honestly, dude, get yourself Giselle H-bar upper with some 40 round PMAC. Bro, that thing ran almost 2,000 rounds of sustained full auto fire. Yeah, that I thought it was like 1,800.
I think it was like 1609 or something like that. 1660 something.
Yeah, RKB Awakened. That's what we've been talking about. No one's saying that we're going into World War III. It was a joke about the
it's
the
World
song.
War IV, actually.
Yeah, technically, I actually did type in World War IV, but the image create generator it couldn't do it.
See,
AI
Trump
couldn't do
has
it.
that time machine, so we just skipped over World War
That's
III.
that's what it was. Or we've been engaged in World War III over the last X amount of years as a
Yeah.
war on I think you were a little late to the party. Bombs Over Baghdad is a song by Outkast. Thank you for coming in and being so kind in the way that you choose to speak to complete strangers over the internet. You dirtbag.
Yeah, you sound very awakened. You
Yes.
are. He must be one of those Q followers, and he walked
Time
in
machines,
on
bro.
that.
Time machines. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It also says Stankonia, which is the album that Bombs Over Baghdad was.
I heard there's like AT
so,
aliens going on right now.
Dude,
another good
AT
album.
aliens are all over the place, dude.
AT
There's
aliens.
videos.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, whoever this DLD After Dark dude is he's from the future.
From the future.
Oh, that's great. Let's see. This may be a little bit more level-headed. World War III is all a hype, not a real event we can expect. So do drugs and enjoy life still, because we are dying. We are old, and F yourselves. Well, thank you. I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you enjoy your life of Cheetos and Pornhub and all of the delightful things that I'm sure you enjoy. And thanks for coming in and checking out the show. And just remember that you have absolutely no idea who any of us are, to include just the two people on the panel, but also the people in chat. So you're rather insulting for someone who literally just came in here and is, has no idea what we're talking about. So anyway,
it's all sunshine and rainbows, and it's all happy times, and the economy's great. And I'm sorry, I thought I was working for CNN for a second.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. It would be Cheetos. Thanks for assuming I'm American. All right. Well, one interesting thing here is that we don't actually ban people or kick people. So you're welcome to stay and hang out and actually maybe get an idea for what kind of conversation is going on before you come in here thinking that we're fear porning people for hey, but you didn't say you weren't watching Pornhub though. So I'm just saying. But anyway, guys, regardless of what's going on, no, there are not physically bombs over Baghdad right now. Okay, just so you guys know. All right, that's an important distinction that I've made a dozen times already. Secondly,
Tehran. It's over Tehran.
Oh, yeah. Kuwait.
There's a lot of running going on in Iran right now. Just let me tell you that.
Iran, you ran, yeah.
They ran.
Yeah, they ran. But it's the interesting thing is that because my content doesn't typically go outside of the scope of my subscribers, I usually think oh, these guys are going to understand my sense of humor. But every now and then when it does get displayed to people that don't know what's going on, they probably think I'm full spectrum survival or someone that's fear porning, you guys, we are going to war today, this afternoon, tonight, and the only way for you to survive any of this is if you stop by definitionknives.com and purchase my new folding knife, carbon fiber and blue heart, that kind
it's
of
very limited stock, and for the next 24 hours we have a coupon code that if you only watch this stream you'll get a discount.
Use coupon code Cheetos for 10% off. You will not survive the incoming war without it.
Nope, so, it's all over.
But
make sure the deal's running out quick, and then we're almost sold out.
Yeah, that's no clickbait. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess technically you could say that what I put was clickbait if you weren't to understand that it was referencing the stuff going on in in the Middle East, but then also, of course, just kind of like a play on an old song. That's why I put Stankonia, because Bombs Over Baghdad is an Outkast song from the album Stankonia, and the whole discussion of World War IV is literally just talking about all the things going on between Ukraine and Russia, which we spent the last 2 hours and 9 minutes talking about with Ukraine and Russia, and also what's going on with Israel and Iran, and what's going on in the US, and what's going on with the New Kings and all that. So
it's gonna be a fun weekend though.
I'm excited, dude. Target practice is an important thing to keep up on. Robert Ham, brother, good to see you, man. Good to see
What's
you.
up, Robert?
Um,
Drew, Fat Rooster, everybody else that said what's up. I'm on a mobile device, so
yeah,
I
man.
probably missed Kurt 24, Murphy's. I can't even scroll all the way back up on this. So
Buy testosterone. Yeah, that's MC Moran. That's a good point. Look, I know I was being a dick. I apologize. I shouldn't have been a dick. I should have brought clarity to the situation instead of division. I'm sorry. I'm also sorry that you don't live in the United States. That's a shame. But what MC Moran said was, RKB, you should just hang out and listen. You don't need to bring the hostility. That would have been far more appropriate. But yeah. So anyway, before we wrap this up and before I go clean up my dog's poopy, anything else you want to hit on before we go?
no, I mean, keep your head on the swivel this weekend. Stay away from large crowds, big cities. If you're at a stoplight, make sure that you keep some distance between you and the car in front of you, and try to give yourself a way out so you're not ever stuck anywhere in your car. And pick up extra cases of water, medical, all the good stuff. Make sure probably get some gas this weekend. Get some extra cans of gas. Make sure your generator's functioning, because when there are bad actors afoot, at any time they could cut the grid and blame it on somebody, and who knows who has the power to cut that, but somebody does, and they're probably not very good people, although it's still up, so thank you to them.
Yeah,
and
it's still up in Ukraine too,
yeah, so I don't know if civilians can have FRTs there though, so
that's a good point too.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of what happens, like, I had already shared earlier, don't be scared, be prepared. Whatever may happen domestically or overseas, the important thing is that you focus on preparedness. Obviously, water, food, shelter, security, those things are the most important. But honestly, more important than that, make sure that you have a great relationship with God, that you're building a great relationship with Christ, and that you're right with your family, and that you have a plan set up. That's more important than anything else that you can do, more important than any rifle you could sling up, and any pistol you can holster. That's
For
the
sure.
armor of God is where it's at.
100%.
Yeah, for sure. But I will add this little shameless plug before we go. Today I did drop a brand new blade. You guys know, obviously, Definition Knives is the knife company. You like that? Dude,
I love that.
It's so I will say there were a couple people out there that actually had one before they were even released. There were like 3 people out there that had them before they were released. I'm probably not supposed to say that, but whatevs. And Rich still doesn't have one. But I'll say this. They are very sleek, very thin, very narrow, but man, this thing is strong as heck. I want to see if I have one of those pictures pulled up. But in honor of Goombeam, and I've already showed it off. I've already shown it off. I already kind of teased it before. Let's see. It's different though when you actually get to like see it. That's when I was showing the difference between normal blood and arterial blood. I did not expect to see that picture. Boom, 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 boom. Where in the world did it go? Ooh. Dang, bro. I can't find the dang old thing anywhere. I'll tell you what. Oh, you know what it was? I know what it is. It's not in the images.
You don't have one sitting next to you?
I do, but it's just totally different when you actually have like the super dope marketing picture of it. I'll show it off too. Yeah, here it is. All right, so here is one up close and personal. So a lot of you guys know that for every knife that we come out with, these are knives we put a lot of thought into. Like a lot of you guys out there, you asked for a couple things. You asked for a flipper, and you asked for frame locks, liner locks. So that's what we did. So in the new boxes, which are super awesome, by the way, and of course, if you do order one, we also throw in the DK keychains with them, little danglers, which are super dope. But gorgeous blue hardware, carbon fiber G10, and the backside is that satin steel, right, with the DK pocket clip, and it's a frame lock, so it actually, man, I mean, for a little guy, this thing punches way above its weight class. That's the only way I can think of to describe it. And it's still super affordable, super sleek. And in the hand, it feels so good. We also, people were asking for jimping. So we did put jimping on the blade there. Yeah, man. I wish we thought about that on like the older ones. Like if I had like a DK1 with like some jimping and like acid etching or something like that would be fire.
Maybe you could do like a silent upgrade like Sig.
You know, I might, honestly, what I was thinking is taking like 10 of them and doing like one little like small tiny little run of like acid etched with jimping with whatever, you know, stuff like that, like, and then just doing a small run to show it off. But
the limited edition DK1.
So these we're probably only going to do one run of these. Of course, we had to get the lanyard loop in there. And it's got the carbon fiber, almost like Copilot vibes on one side, and then the satin stainless on the other side with the black pocket clip. Dude, the blue hardware looks so dope, and it's got a same whatchamacallits, copper discs and bearings in the action, so it's super smooth, and it's got a really nice detent in the frame lock, so that thing is super solid, super strong, and it's got like a standard drop point, but it's, I don't know, it's just cool, man. It's unlike anything that we put out before, and the reason we named it the Lumen is because it is very light. And because it's very light, we wanted to do a little shout out to show love. Every single knife that we've named after anyone has been focused on people that are in the 2A community, that are moving the ball down the field. And Goombeam, man, has done a lot of hard work and is not honored enough for what he does. So this is named the Lumen after your boy, Goombeam. So after our friends at Goombeam. So check it out. If you guys go to definitionknives.com, it is still free shipping. And like I said, always, all knives are under $100. But this knife is 59 doll hairs for a D2 tool steel. This one was almost in 8CR13 MOV steel. Surprisingly, these are, like, for us from manufacturing, these are actually pretty expensive to make, even like compared to these. It's kind of crazy. The frame locks take a lot. Anyway, dang it. Hold up. But that doesn't, get passed off onto you guys. These are literally the same prices as all the the other $59 knives. The Birdshot, the Journalist, they're all the same $59. So check them out. Also, for any of you guys out there, if any of you guys out there saw any of my knives that hey, dude, I wish I kept one of the Boyds. I didn't keep even one singular Boyd. Dang, you got almost the whole squad of the first launch, bro.
Almost.
Dang.
I gotta get that Lumen. That'll be on my list.
The Lumen is dope.
Go ahead and take one out of the sales and put it aside.
Set it aside for RDR.
Yeah, I'll be buying that. I'll buy that one.
Dude, he is. Goonbeam is an awesome guy. Yeah.
Goonbeam's my guy.
Yeah. So, you know, with all the people that have been doing really positive things in the gun world, we want to honor more people. And there's a whole lot of other people on the list that are, you know, up to be honored soon as well. So just, you know, keep that in mind. So there's been a handful of people that have been like, dang, are you going to, you know, aren't you going to name one after me as well, bro? You know, it's like, if you're asking, you're probably already on the list. All right. So just, you know, just chill. And for a lot of you guys out there that have seen like a lot of the knives that I carry, like a lot of times I show off the Frenzy. I still got knives like the Halo OTF.
Ooh.
You know, this thing is nasty. You know, the Cobra Techs, like all these guys. I'm going to be selling most of these Cobra Techs, a lot of the Tech knives. I'm trying to get off of stuff and just kind of get rid of the addiction of stuff, man. I dislike it. Man, that thing is sexy, dude. That
right?
The carbon fiber and blue hardware and the polished blade are just so sexy, man. Love that.
It's crazy how small this knife is, but how big the blade is. It's just awesome in every way.
Dang. Yo,
so
Coyote said he lost his Boyd. Dang. That sucks, man.
Yeah, that's not part of the warranty, though, Coyote.
Yeah, just losing it isn't. But usually it's like if law enforcement takes it or something. But man, that sucks, dude. He bought that one. Coyote, hit me up offline.
Boyd every single day of my life since I got it in the mail. I have never gone a day without it.
Yeah, Drewski, this is so let me say this. This is a Halo clone, okay? So hit me up. It does come with the Kydex belt rig too. It's single action OTF, right? So you carry it like this, draw it out of the Kydex, and then boom, and it's got a massive, super thick with a blood drain on that thing. It's the Tonto version, but it is a clone. It is a clone. So I think they were like $100. So yeah. So just we'll chat offline because Drew just sent me a freaking $100 earlier. So I'd feel terrible, like, you know.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. I was telling him, you know, what was going on. It's like I'm tightening up on some stuff, selling some things, and focusing on what's important, man. My daughter,
go follow
family.
my Instagram. I'm gonna be selling some stuff too, man. I cannot even store the stuff that I have. I mean, like, there's stuff there. I'm not gonna go through everything.
Well, it's perfect because it froze up anyway. So
cool.
you got the whole the closet with the whatchamacallit on there, right? Nope. Of course. Yeah. No. I definitely don't.
Q clearance, sir?
Yeah, that's right. Q clearance only. But you can only get in there by taking a time machine ride to the closet, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Back when I spent all that stuff.
Oh, that Q money. Q money. Yo, I also I'm probably gonna keep this one for my daughter, but I also got the abalone stone OTF joint with the blue.
Nice. Mother of pearl.
And all of these tack knives Man, I got so freaking many of these things, and these are still excellent knives, bro. These are.
There's so many Mexicans in California right now that would love those.
I know, right? And I don't know why people act like OTFs are like more dangerous than some other. I mean,
I think they're less dangerous.
Yeah, like them things will close on you, dog. This one is sick.
And
I
break
like that one.
and then never come back out again.
Oh, and the little fatty. Tommy likes the skinny,
I love that one.
but he'll never turn down a fatty. And it's a little baby Warncliffe too. One day we'll be doing some OTF knives as well. You know what? You know what I also got that I've literally never used? I was gonna keep it as a glorified letter opener. I got the freaking 13-inch stiletto, and it's an OTF stiletto. But
that's the old school style.
Yeah. I have a real AKC Italian stiletto as well. And get this, it's purple and chrome, and it matches my plum and chrome Draco. So that thing is fire. They don't match like actually, but like the colors match, you know. If anyone's running around with an Italian switchblade and a Romanian Draco, they don't match. But yeah, so let's go ahead and close out. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have taken the time to focus on all this stuff. My bad, I forgot about this joint right there.
Yeah, that thing's sick. Are you selling that one?
Dude. Yeah, I am. I mean, I don't even think Cobra Tech is selling them anymore, but like just the just the like feel of it, man. Just like the it feels great. D2. This one's D2, but it's DLC coded too. They might have, just a few times I checked, they didn't have any more. And look at the back. Jimping. They got jimping, man. This is a virgin blade. Never cut anything. Most of these actually are virgin blades. And you know what? See, and this is the craziness. I have never personally cut anything with this. This is the Microtech Stitch SE.
That thing's nasty. That'll be a hard one to put back together if you get cut with that one.
Yes, it is super duper nasty. But these things are like, these are almost $500, dude. They're insane. So I would sell them for less, obviously. But the Heretic, this thing's almost $500. I know we don't need to go through the whole thing, but I got a bunch of stuff I'm selling. Just the knives I happen to have out again because I usually keep them all on my desk. But obviously we also sell knives at definitionknives.com, so check that out. And where do you plan on posting anything that you're selling?
So you won't find Japhet Methuselah anywhere. You need to find me at Red Dawn Readiness on Instagram, on YouTube, on Rumble, and also Civilian Outpost, my backup YouTube channel where you can catch me doing live streams at 1:00 in the morning. Shout out to everybody who made it by that live last night. Yeah. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it, man. Red Dawn Readiness. Go subscribe everywhere. And on Instagram, I'm going to post kit. I'm going to post tools. I'm going to post all kinds of stuff that I just need to get rid of and put it for a price that I can get rid of it for, that if someone can pick it up for anything. And subscribe to the channel too, because I might do some like giveaways or something on the channel soon. That was one of the things I've been planning on doing, because I just want to give it away. If
It's funny you say that. We should connect on that, because I actually have 1, 2. I'll just hold one up. This entire PSA bag right here and this hat are all giveaway stuff for the homies. So I honestly don't like. I don't even know all the stuff that I have. Yeah, I mean it's all like crazy SHOT Show stuff, IV88 stuff, goals stuff, like crazy amounts of stuff, all swag from like from companies, like all the cool stuff that you guys would love.
Sick. So yeah, I also will be live tomorrow night. And the goal tomorrow night is to see if we can watch some live streams of the cities where stuff seems
That are
to be
burning.
amping up, and yeah, see what might be leading into Saturday, and if they're getting out there early on Friday night. So we're gonna check that out tomorrow night, and probably will be on Rumble. It'll probably be on Rumble tomorrow night. So Red Dawn Readiness on Rumble, and we'll show some other stuff off.
Heck yeah. Cool, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming on. You know, I kind of was rolling most of the night solo, but it's great to have you pop on and hang out for a bit.
For sure, for sure.
So guys, watch deliveries of bricks, dude, 100%. It's almost like we should publicly hold companies accountable that may be offering for sale pallets and pallets of bricks. Like if people tried to order pallets of, you know, knives around protests, I'd be like, something strange is going on. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that I would like withhold I don't know. That's a whole thing.
I mean, if
right?
you're looking to build like a new driveway or something, maybe after the protests are over, you can scavenge some bricks for a fairly cheap price.
Snatch them up, bro. And they're all the crazy thing is like because now they're doing like cinder blocks and then they're smashing them on the street and getting like chunks. You can actually like, you know, take those chunks and just kind of like piece them together like a stone, like you know what I mean, like
a Venetian artwork.
Yes, like tile stone driveways. You know, you could do it. I believe in y'all. Anyway, all right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. Thank you again. Again, if you guys are interested, this is the one run we're doing of the dropping of the drop of
it is a drop point.
It is. It's a drop point and the drop of the drop point. Definition knives, Lumen, really, really beautiful knife. Great. I mean, dude, the just the feeling when it locks in place is great for a little pig sticker. It's great. And those that have already placed an order, man, I really appreciate it because you guys are literally directly funding the show, my family, Rich. I mean, all that, man. It means a lot. So thank you. And in the end, remember, all we have are our core morals, values, and integrity. So, you know, never compromise on those things. And I would encourage all of you guys to get right with God. Make sure you have a close relationship with Jesus. And the best way for us to be during the time of a culture war, if there is a, you know, we're literally still in a culture war. So be a culture warrior, right? Hold yourselves to higher standards and accountability for being a better spiritual leader, being a better leader in your home, you know, with your family, in your community, in your church. It's very important. And then also, of course, have rules to make sure that you can hold yourself to higher standards and metrics and all that. And some of the rules I like to share with you guys at the end of every show are rule number 1 is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief interaction that you have with someone else could have a massive impact on their life. So be kind. Rule number 2 is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you bless others, you become blessed because a hand that's open to give is open to receive. And rule number 3, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence. Make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of there. Hey, DLD, tried calling to get some Chubb mods because I didn't see them on the site. Why you no answer? Yo, my bad. Dude, honestly, because I had a bunch of like over a dozen packages go MIA with USPS. I have so many people hitting me up right now. A whole shipment that was picked up by USPS is like MIA, and all of them say, you know, shipping label created, but it hasn't moved in tracking. So I'm probably gonna have to ship another like, you know, 15, 16 packages that so nearly 20 packages that I had already packaged up, got out, and were picked up by USPS, but are just totally MIA. So my phone has been blowing up. So I totally bet that I missed it. Yeah, hit me up tomorrow. I got a few things going on tomorrow, but hit me up. I would love to send them out to you. I actually just broke the first Chub mod, and it took a lot of usage. But this one was already damaged because I had taken it off several times. So I think what I'm going to do is do like, I'll put 2 or 3 of them in a little pack or something. But I got you, and I'll do it for the low. So it's not about the money, although money does help. Anyway, make sure you go follow Red Dawn Readiness. Make sure you follow Civilian Outpost, and do so at the Green Place on Rumble. And we'll be back on Saturday, 10:30 p.m. with a super dope show with a super dope guest that all of you know and love, because all of you enjoy all of you enjoy these little things that the battery died in that one. You guys all enjoy those little things that we like to look through, called optics. So make sure you tune in to Saturday on Rumble. We will holler at you guys later. Christ is King, and have a great night. And don't be scared. Be prepared.
Hey, KJB Actual, did you hear all that? Be kind.
Actually, it was awakened, not actual. Awakened. That's what it is. He's woke. That's what it is. He's not awakened. He's woke.
He's woke.
I'm just kidding. Oh, actually, I didn't see this. Sorry for being rude, everyone. You guys are all amazing, especially you two. Do I sense facetiousness? I think that was facetiousness.
I don't know.
Hey, Redneck Prepper, I didn't see you in here, bro. My bad, man. I'm
good to see you, Redneck Prepper.
Yeah, I do a terrible job. Man, I'm waiting on it. They're totally dragging their feet. AK Lover, what's up, bro? Man, I missed a bunch of you guys. Yo, guys,
and to
I am
all
sorry.
of you foreigners who are not in America, I have 2 words for you. Don't come.
Yeah, don't come.
Don't come.
He did say, yo, guys, I am sorry. Just everyone wants to put fear into people these days. I was wrong. Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Is nice, bro. I appreciate it.
It is easy to rush to judgment and condemn others, and that's why we did. Look, I did the same thing to you when you jumped in. So that was me being a dirtbag, and I apologize. And I'm working on doing better and being better. So yeah, we'll get there.
Welcome to the crew.
Welcome. Just remember that it is indeed Sodomy month.
Oh, no. No.
Oh. All right, y'all. I got to go clean up my dog's poopies. I love y'all. And Pride Month, we'll do that to you. Love y'all. Thank you again for coming on, brother. I'll check you out later. I'll hit you up afterwards. All right.
Deuces.
Peace, y'all.